guys, I'm Brooke, and today's video is another Top 5 Wednesday video. And this is the first one for August, so if you want to get involved in August if you haven't already, just go ahead and go to the Goodreads group stuff. I'll have it all linked down below for you. And the topic for August 3rd is books that you feel differently about. And this is a book that you feel differently about after you've had time to read it, or you reread it and you either loved it more or you didn't like it as much. Just stuff that books that you change your mind about a little bit. So let's just get into my list. Coming in at number 5 is Hatchet by Gary Paulson, and I love this book. When I was younger, I read it the first time when I was in 4th or 5th grade, and I was I loved it. This book was the end all be all. And I just reread it recently, 2 weeks ago for the booktubeathon, and it was still very good. I still gave it 5 out of 5 stars, but it still wasn't quite as good as I remembered. So coming in at number 4 is Percy Jackson the Olympians, The Lightning Thief. Again, this is another book that I read this book in 5th grade once again, and we had to read it for school, and I honestly I liked it, but I didn't like it enough to where I continued the series. I just read the first one and that was it. And I just recently reread it and I'm obsessed. I love it and I can't wait to start the next book. So that's another one of those. Coming in at number 3 is The One by Kiera Cass, and this one, and I think is the case with the rest of them, is one that I was really considering stopping reading, not finishing it. I was hating it. I just wasn't feeling it, and I just was ready to stop. But I kept going, and I'm really glad that I did in the end. Does that make sense? Anyways, The One, I didn't like this book until the last, and I liked it, but it was just okay until the last 50, 75 pages, and then it got real and it got really good, and I was really considering not even finishing this book, and I'm really glad I did. I loved it. I ended up giving this book 5 out of 5 stars, even though I kind of didn't wasn't really feeling a bunch of it, just because the ending made up for it. Now coming in at number 2 is one that I might get some flack about, and this is when I first read this book. I was halfway through it and I was reading it and I was just so bored. I was just bored, and I was I really don't feel like finishing. I was telling one of my friends, I was I don't want to finish it. I just really want to read something else, something that's going to be more interesting. This book is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, and I loved this book. I really did. Once I finished it, I was Brooke, what do you mean? Why were you, why did you not want to finish this? And I think it was just, I was reading so much, I read 200 pages in a day. I think I was just I'd read too much at one time. I'd read too much in one sitting of it because it's a massive book. Well, not really massive, but you know what I'm saying. And I think I just got tired of it, and so my brain was just not interested, and that's why. But when I did finish it, I stuck it out, and I ended up really loving this book. I love this book. I really want to read more Rainbow Rowell's books after reading Fangirl. So, yeah. Coming in at number 1 is We Were Liars by E. Lockhart, and this is a book that I didn't really care for as I finished it, but the more that I thought about the plot and the way everything was written and how everything came about, the more I liked it. Because when I first finished this book, my instinctive rating for Goodreads was going to be a 2.53 stars, and I think I ended up giving it 3.5 stars or 4 stars. And just the more I thought about it, the more I really started liking it. It was just, at first it left a little bit of a bitter taste in my mouth. But I still would recommend this book. I think the only thing that really turned me off about this the most was the writing style. That's it. Those are my 5 books that I feel differently about. So if you have books that you felt differently about after you read them the first time, let me know in the comments. I want to hear you guys' books. And If you agree with me on any of mine, please make me feel like I'm not alone. That's it. Until the next video. Bye, guys. That's cool if not. Well, I wasted a lot of sticky notes.